Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. And yes, I know this is a mess, but I just threw everything I needed on the table. I am making something my mom actually asked for, which is strange and unusual, because usually whenever she sees anything I make, she's like, oh, I hate that. But she has a little table in her dining room area. It's like like a half round table that goes up against the wall. There's a mirror on top of it, and she wants like a little floral thing. We went to Joann's today. I'm like, what am I talking about? We went to Joann's today, and I said, this is where we need to look for flowers. Not only are they all 60% off, but we're gonna have a better chance of finding the color you want. I'm gonna start putting the foam in here while I finish telling you guys about this. These are just some plops of grape foam, or great stuff, or whatever it's called, the expanding foam. I just squeeze the rest of the bottle out when I'm done with it on some parchment paper, because you can't like seal it up and use it for later. You have to use the whole bottle when you open it, when you start using it. Now those can move off screen or fall on the floor, whatever. I'm working on a little candle base from Dollar Tree. I don't know when it was they had these. It was a while ago. I haven't seen them in a while though, so this one's just been sitting on my windowsill above my sink for like ever. And I looked at it today and I was like, that's what I need. So this is gonna go in here, and I want it to be high. I just need to get it down a little small. So I'm gonna whittle this down while I finish explaining what we're doing here. I pretty much picked out all the decor at my mom's house. Like, you know, I picked out the paint, the curtains, stuff like that. So the whole house is this fashion gray color. It's basically a grayish. And to go with that grayish color, we brought in blue. So there's a bluish, distressed looking rug underneath the table, and then the curtains are gray blue iCat with a little bit of terracotta, salmon, coral color. You know, it's one of those colors where you're like, what is it? Is it terracotta? Is it salmon? Is it coral? I don't know. So I wanted you know, like a terracotta color. Oh, wow, that fit really good. Good job, me. Wait, did that fit really good? Yeah. I wanted like a terracotta, salmon, orangey color for the flowers, and I wasn't gonna be able to find it at Walmart, so that's what we're doing. And it's a little table. It's not huge. This has got like stuff on it, but I mean, I'm about to cover the whole thing up, so I just want something that is, you know, can have a flat back, because it's gonna be like this. Which I know every time I do arrangements, it's hard to see what I'm doing because of the top-down view, but we're just gonna have to deal with that. So the rule of thumb, which I don't technically believe in, is that this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 inches tall, so our arrangement should be double that to make the whole thing 15 inches tall. That's a good rule to go by if you're into rules. I am not, so we're just going to do what we can. And I'm not using my glue pot because I was like, I'm not going to need it, but I probably should have just plugged it in. I'm going to hold this down for a second because the hot glue takes a little bit longer to dry than the glue gun. I mean, than the glue pot. Stay there, hairdryer. Yeah, that's a hairdryer. We were hair drying things on Patreon. I'm gonna leave that right there. Well, I pull out some stuff that I had, some stuff that we bought. This is one of the bushes that was just, you know, one of the pre-made bushes. The curtains aren't this color, but They kind of are. I have to see if I can find a picture to throw up there to just show you guys what I'm working with. They're closer to this color, but still not this color. So we have these. I found this rose. It's like a big rose with some a smaller bud and a tiny little bud. So those. Then I have some eucalyptus and some lamb's ear. My mom specifically said she didn't want lamb's ear, but that was when I was like, let's buy some lamb's ear. She said I don't want lamb's ear, but since I have it here, I don't think it'll matter. So yeah, that's what we're gonna use. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know flat back, a little bit of height, fanning out to mimic the shape of the table this way, because that's how I do things. Alright, I don't actually know that that's going to stay in there because it's like foam glued to ceramic or resin or whatever this is pretending to be. I think it's like a ceramic, huh? So I am assuming most of this will end up being hidden. So I'm just going to plop some glue down there and hope for the best. Okay. First thing I want to do is take my eucalyptus and start cutting it apart to establish some lines. I don't need this to be like super huge, but I want there to be some height on it. Even though this is, I want this to be. Because I might come back with some moss or something if I need to cover any of that up. So that's our height. What is that, about 10 inches? Wow. I wasn't expecting to get that easily, but okay. I'm just going to come through with these. I should mention that while I'm doing this, you would never be able to make the arrangement I'm making in a container, in a candle holder this size. Like it proportionally wouldn't work out. You wouldn't have enough, I'm talking about like if you were making, like, if this was a real arrangement, this would not be able to support any of the stuff I'm putting in it. But thankfully, we don't mess with live stuff around here yet. Piece. Which one do I want? Go with this one. To go like right here. I think I do want my glue pad on, but I don't think my glue pad is actually plugged in, so we'll see if it warms up in a second. gonna take this one and bend it down. Maybe out a little bit. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Just kind of free flowing. This is not plugged in. I like that. And I have another piece. I don't know what it's over there somewhere. If I want to throw some in later. I don't know why these are like tied together with Raffy. I think it's supposed to be like a little bouquet. I'm gonna cut these down. And if you're like, why are you including those if your mom said she didn't like them? Well, I know better than my mom. These damn flies, y'all, I swear summer cannot be over quickly enough. And it is only the 9th of July. Y'all are seeing this in August at some point, I guess. All right, but the real reason I am using the lamb's ear is because the walls are grayish. They are this fashion gray color. It's super pretty. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if you know, I went out of town and came back and my mom had painted my house that color. Or if my landlord was like, do you want to paint? What color do you want? I was like, fashion gray. Although I probably would have gone slightly darker, but that's because I am spooky. So the walls are the fashion gray. All these colors are pretty warm. So we are using the eucalyptus, the lamb's ear. I think that's all I had because it is a silver, gray, blue foliage. I didn't want this. You know, I might end up using a piece of that, but I didn't want the whole thing to be that. I'm like trying to get it in there and it's totally solid. Alright, I'm putting that one in and angling it down. And this one I think is just going to go right there. So this is called, when you're working with fresh flowers, at least this is what we always called it, greening. And you would do this because usually whatever your greens were your least expensive. I mean, you're not going to go in with hydrangeas first that are $7 a stem. You would go in with your greenery first, fill it out, get your shape, whatever, and then come back and start adding in your biggest flowers and then your biggest, most expensive flowers that you want to make sure sit above this, and then filling in again with your cheaper, smaller things. So this is where we're at right here, and I like that it's kind of free-flowing. And see that the base of this is pretty much covered up already. You can still see the foam there, and the foam is completely showing in the back, but we're going to deal with that. Maybe. All right, let's see. There were colors in here that she did not care for. I think it was, I hope it wasn't this peony because I really like this peony. I'm going to cut these long and then cut them shorter if need be. Are there 3? Yes. I might not put that giant one in there just because it's really big. Oh, there's actually 4. Oh, there's 3 little ones and a really big one. Okay, I definitely want all these. This is a hydrangea and it's got the peony leaves on it. I know she doesn't like see this Stilby stuff. She definitely does not want that because she's my mama and I know what she wants. Sometimes I gotta tell her what she wants, but I do want this, not that. This is the stuff she doesn't want. Because I showed her a bunch of greenery and she was like, I don't. Oh, this is kind of like the hydrangea leaves. She's like, I don't want plastic stuff. I want silk stuff. And I was like, okay. It's like my mom is one of those people who doesn't necessarily know what she wants, but she is very sure of what she does not want. I'm gonna leave these here just in case I end up needing some of those. So let's see. How much was this? I think this was like $12, and it might have been $12 on sale, but y'all know Joann's. They had so much stuff on sale today. I bought, I spent so much money on pipe cleaners because they were all 50% off, and I was like, I need pipe cleaners. And y'all, I got these big, thick pipe cleaners for holding together bows, and I was like, oh, that makes me very happy. I'm gonna kind of audition these. I want to start gluing in just because. That one's up here, I think. And you don't need a tremendous amount of glue for this. And y'all like, wait, haven't you built your entire YouTube channel around using a tremendous amount of glue for everything? Yes, I have. But that's usually when we're like trying to get some big heavy thing to stick in a wreath that might go outside in Scottsdale, Arizona in the middle of summer. This one I'm gonna come down here with. And if you have never done this before, because I know I'm not giving y'all a lot of explanation because that's not how I don't work like that when doing stuff like this. I mean, y'all have seen me do enough grapevines where I'm just like shoving stuff in there and not saying anything. If you have trouble, if you can't imagine what it's gonna look like, a rule of thumb, which I, again, will often completely disregard, is that if you put things in a triangle and always use odd numbers, it's probably gonna eventually work out. So this is the one we have left over, which, yeah, see, it doesn't, if I put it there, it's like, oh, it made a square, and if I put it, I might, maybe this is something I sneak in the back to use as coverage for the side, but this is the way we're going to be looking at it. So if it's back here, it's not really distracting, and odds are we're going to have something in the front that covers it up. With cutting down these because I wanted to kind of tuck them in. Cut all these at once if my hands can do it. Oh yeah, my hands work now, but it's my back that doesn't work anymore. Which, you know what? I use my back more than I use my hands. Just saying. Wait, do I? I need to actually think if that's true. I have to walk around with my back, so. Oh my god, this fly. I hope he lands in the glue pot. Is that terrible? I know it's not the same fly that has been plaguing me for the past 10 videos. still. All right, so there's 1, 2. Where's the other one go? Over here. Now, do I want? I'm trying to bring some stuff down, but I don't know if I want this. I don't want this. I'm actually going to take this stem off, or that leaf off, and just put one of these on so it takes up a little bit more space. And I'm going to cut it down some. Can y'all see how much this glue pot is smoking because it's all the way up? Yeah, I'm going to turn it down and then in a second regret turning it down. These do not work for me. This maple leaf that looks like camouflage, so they have to go. This little bit is fine. This little bit is fine. And now I'm going to try to situate these a little bit higher. So they peek up some more. Okay, and I regret not leaving. That's better. These all go now? Probably. I kind of lost the shape here, but I think that's okay. Because it's still... Of course, I have the one that's missing a flower. That ain't the story of my life with buying flowers. Another one, really? These look cheap, which they were. So I'm taking the leaves off. Why do these not want to come off? Alright, so let's take a look at this. This is the front, this is the side, this is the side. So only you're going to be able to see it from here, here, and not really here because there's going to be something else in the way. This is facing the other wall, but we're still going to obviously fill that in. I'm not going to leave a big hunk of foam exposed, except on the back probably. Which, no, I would not do if I was making this for anybody else. So none of these colors quite match the terracotta color that's in the curtains. But terracotta, not really a flower color. You know what I mean? Oh my god. one, it's not even really the color we need. We just need to finish filling this up. I'm going to make an executive decision here to trim that and this. Just because it is, I don't know if I can get in here. Yeah, see that part? That, just fell. The eucalyptus that was sticking out here was kind of impeding everything else, kind of like this is right here. He's always going to give everything a little haircut. What do we think? I like that. I do. Oh, I really want to use this rose, but it is awfully pink. I was thinking maybe this is slightly too high. But I don't know. It's hard to like audition this because I don't want to cut it off if I'm not going to use it. But I do think it would be cute down here maybe. Let me just cut it off. Oh God! Oh! Yeah, I like that. I'm glad I don't have to come up with a price for this because this is a lot of flowers. I need to put one of those something right there. Why won't that go? I was like, what is wrong with that? If you're like, is he having a conniption? Why is he doing? I'm trying to swing the glue webs off. I have lost the shape a teeny tiny bit. Not really over here, really. I guess I could, let me try this. Cut that off and cut this. how this one's coming out over here and this one just kind of got lost? I'm going to put one in, but to make sure it doesn't get lost, I'm going to angle it slightly towards the front. Yes, that is better. Right, and now I'm going to use a couple more of these just to, just need something here, we need one here. And we might end up putting that other peony down there. So where are the long? Oh, they're long. So one up here. As far out as I can get it. Well, not really as far out as it can go in. Okay, one here, is what we said? And then there's one right next to it, but that's okay. Whenever I do floral arranging, it's the only time I wish I had like a 2-camera setup, which y'all gonna have to keep waiting for that because I can't afford another camera. What is it about this fly that keeps buzzing around my head? Oh, I'm gonna regret that? No. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but... Okay, so there is still exposed here and here. I'm gonna take my cheap flowers and my leftovers. And fill that in. And these were $4. These would be $1 at Dollar Tree. They were 70% off, so they were like whatever 70% off of $4 is. $1.20. If y'all had wild and watermelon, this is pretty good. So these are not going to really play into the finished composition. That sounded so pretentious, but that's what it is. We are just putting these in here to hide that, and over here to hide this. Oh, she likes this. I mean, you can't see the lamb's ear. Well, you can kind of. Trying to make sure that this freaking glue went everywhere. That it's somewhat. I don't need it to be like perfectly symmetrical, but you know. So do I need to shove these in anywhere? The problem with like when you get down to the nitty gritty, like the last little bits of it, is you gotta figure out how to get the stuff in there when there's literally no other place to put it. Let me give you one. Yep, just glued my finger right to that. That's gonna hurt. Okay. Good over here, except for maybe. Nobody's gonna be looking at this close enough to. See any. That's just not even in there, is it? Can you go in? Can you go in, please? No. Not a problem. When I can't get something in, mostly because this is like a soft stem, like it doesn't have a wire on it or anything. I'm just gonna go in and bore a little hole with something else. And then slide that right on in there. I do not like that there are three. See this? Boom, 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 and then this and this. Oh, that's better. That was an easy fix. I'm going to take one of these. Just lay it in there to cover up. Some more of that. Turn this a little bit forward. And that's so nice about working with silk florals, where you're like, you know what, this needs to go a little bit, and you just twist the whole thing. I am pretty happy with that, except now these two are right next to each other. Which I'm okay with, I guess. I don't know why this is not sitting straight. You'll see that? That's gonna drive me crazy. Alright, now everything's glued in, so we can. Oh no, I can't do that. I can, but. See what happens when you turn your glue down a little bit? It's all sticking. Because this is unsightly. And again, if I was doing this for anybody else, they would not be that hole there. There would be something, but I know exactly where it's going. So I want to put, no, I think that's a bit, well, oh crap, we might only get 2 of those because that fell on the floor, and I don't think I can bend over to pick it up because my back doesn't work. Oh god, please don't let me fall off this bar stool. Okay. Get off these stupid maple leaves. They look like mildew. Why would you put something that looks like mildew on a floral stem? And I'm gonna put, yeah, I like that. We're gonna have to put something on this to make this thing stop rocking because that's driving me crazy. This over here will balance out that big rose nicely. Back. Come on, just come on. There you go. Thank you. No more leaves like that. Okay. I'm just gonna take this and get it back there. Push this up, push that up, squish that in. I could mess with this all day, y'all. I just feel like this side is more, like this side is denser than this side. Oh crap. Well, I shouldn't have done that. Bent the whole stem in half. clear hero flower. Nothing looks too smashed, and if it does, we just cut it out. Uh-oh. Can you go back on there? I think you can, you just don't want to. Good? I mean, what is going on with this? And my whole finger is in glue again. Alright, here we go. That is... yeah, I mean, it's a little bit higher than I wanted it to be, but... yeah. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me crazy. Almost as much as this fly that keeps buzzing around my head. What are you looking for, fly? Will you just go where I want you to go, Peony? Please? Alright, I'm gonna stop messing with it. She will love that. Well, I could have glued a plunger to a pizza stand, to a pizza pan, and called it a cake stand, and she would love it. Actually, she'd probably be like, what the hell is this, Adam? What is this nonsense? I can't believe I didn't check to see that this was level first. Alright, so I put a little bead of glue right there. Hopefully that'll level everything out. And I'm going to throw some pictures up on the screen of this in place at my mom's house so you guys can see how it looks. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know that it matches the curtains at all, but it'll look cute in there, I think. Hopefully. If not, it'll be on Etsy. And there's the back. So. Alright, thanks for watching. I will see you guys on Monday, because this will probably go up on a Friday, because nobody watched them on Friday videos. Alright guys, bye.